Welcome back to What's Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a T28. It's a Tier 8 American tank destroyer located on the south spawn of Ensk Encounter, and this one's under the command of GameSpoffin. Yes, we're doing a series of replays sent in by GameSpoffin, and this is one of them. Well, if you want to learn more about the T28, there's a fantastic video by Sophie Line on her channel all about the T28 and how actually the T28 and the T95 are basically the same tank. Basically, just one's got extra sets of tracks on it. Okay, we stopped on the railway lines waiting for somebody to cross. It is an encounter game, so everybody spawned in the fields. Oh, and he missed the chance to hit that T32. That's because his view range isn't high enough for him to actually get shots on them. Now he's got shots, and this is where the armour of the T28 comes into its own. You can just keep bouncing those rounds off you. There's only a few weak spots you can go for, just between the tracks and the cupola. And interestingly today, I was actually playing the TS5, which is another version, another tank destroyer, very similar to this one, and I came across a T28, and I shredded him with my gun. It's the same gun basically, but it really, on the T28, if you don't drive cleverly, you can be taken out very quickly by a TS5. He's going for the lower plate and puts around him for 371. It's a 120mm gun on this tank, 400 alpha, fantastic armour. No shot has actually gone through yet. He's actually he's bounced everything that's been fired at him, even APCR, and he's decided now he's going to go up front and get close and personal with them. But the tank ahead of him is a T30, and he's got a 155mm gun, and oh, there's an M103, and he angles for that one. He took that round in the tracks. He still hasn't been damaged at all other than in the tracks. Can he get after that 432? I think he'd like to, but oh, missed the chance to get a lynx there. And the M103 comes back and he angles himself. And this time round we do take some damage because the M103 fires an HE round at us. And rather than get shot in the side, he's actually going to move forward. But the problem is the enemy tanks might actually come in behind him, and he's been hit again in the tracks. And this time he was tracked. Go for the lower plate. Yep, that one went through. 381, it's a low roll. The M103 still firing HE, which is damaging us. And that round went definitely through. In fact, you can see his lower plate is starting to get a bit like Swiss cheese. He actually decides to go for the T30, but then changes his mind. Blocks the shot from the T30. He's actually firing a stock gun. Fires into the M103, takes another HE round. The T30, yes, he's not firing the 155, he's firing the 120mm, and there goes the M103. In fact, actually, the T30 fired an HE round at him as well. Because he's got the stock gun, he realises he hasn't quite got the penetration. And then he took that full round there, and because he angled, the tracks took the shot. Okay, gets another one into the lower plate and blocks the shot this time. Now that T30 is a one shot now, and I think the rest of the team realises that, and they're coming round to try and do some damage. The T30 pulls out in time, but we're going to go after this Tiger 2, who can't get away. Pull back, track him, that's it, nicely. Now just outshoot him and tear him to shreds. That's it. Oh, didn't get the tracks this time. And oh, you don't need to worry anyway. There's a couple of guys over there. In fact, there's another T28 up there. And he goes for the LT432. There's the T28. Now, T28 against T28. And he's angling towards you. Yep, took a round in the tracks from T28. Remember, go between the tracks. Oh, and he goes down. Taken out by a 257. There's the 257. And there's the LT432. Oh, lovely shot. went through the turret, and that was the last tank is dead. It's the Lynx 6x6, so that was a very quick game. Nobody capped. Nobody needed to. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's an ace tank for GameSpoffin in the T28. He managed to get a fire for effect, a sharpshooter, a shell-proof, a master gunner, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he ended up with 9 in that one. And his win rate for the game was 8,845, which is Super Unicum standard. He got 2 Battle Hero medals in this one. He got a Steel Wall for blocking the most damage in the game. He also got a High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And yes, he did block a huge amount of damage in that game, mostly by the shells going into the tracks or the enemy firing HE and just not getting through the armor. And we can see that he did get the highest damage in the game there, 5,429 hit points of damage, which was worth the High Caliber. And the second highest scorer was in fact the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger. We didn't see him. He got 2,629, and after that it was the standard B on our team with 2,512. When it came to kills, it was actually the Emil 2 did the best with 3 kills, and then we got GameSpoffin with 2, so did the Object 257, 263, IS3, and nobody on the enemy team got more than 1 kill. When it came to base XP, it was GameSpoffin with 1,556, 890 to the E50, 808 to the 257. He fired 22 shots, all of them standard ammo, no premium ammo allowed. 18 direct hits, 14 penetrations, damage of 5,429 hit points, of which 728 were at more than 300 meters. He received 19 hits from the enemy, 19. 1 penetration out the whole lot, standard ammo, 13 non-penetrations and 5 hits by way of splash damage. Yes, the enemy really gave up on firing AP at him and decided that HE would probably be better. And under the circumstances, considering that T30 was actually firing or using a stock gun, that was probably the smart decision, because if he'd actually had the 155mm, he would have had absolutely no problem going through the T28 at all. He just would have aimed for the lower plate and it would have gone straight through. 3,920 hit points blocked by armor, 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and on the credit side he earned 69,593 credits for the game, 28,533 from holiday ops, total 98,126, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, he took away 46,422 credits profit, and that was because he used no premium ammo. If he'd used premium ammo, he probably would have got a lot less. He got 2 bonds, one for getting the High Caliber, the other one for getting the Steel Wall, and 2,334 XP, same again for completing the mission and holiday ops. Same again for getting the personal reserve bonus, so he took away 7,002 experience points altogether. So a very profitable game there for GameSpoffin, and it's his first ace tanker in this vehicle. You only get the scrolls the first time, and he must have been very satisfied with this because the battle was very short indeed. 4 minutes 48 seconds. 4 minutes 48, that's less than 5 minutes to earn 46,422 credits. Very well played indeed. The T28, it's a good tank destroyer, but you have to remember to play to against the weakness, which is of course that lower plate. He did the right thing, he angled, and by angling you actually do increase the thickness, the effective armor on that lower plate. If you come across another tank destroyer such as the TS5, do make sure you aim for the cupola, not for the lower plate. It's very difficult to get a shot through the lower plate of the TS5. It's a lot easier to do it on the T28 because it's so big, the flat plate at the bottom, whereas the TS5 it's more rounded. So yes, try and go for the little cupola on top. That's a lot easier to hit. Of course, the good T28 driver or a good TS5 driver will try and rock his vehicle about, which makes the cupola get hidden every now and then as you're rocking, and they of course will angle as much as they can to avoid the shell going through if they can. But don't over angle, of course, because that will end up with the shell going through the side armor, which is fairly weak. And do pop into Sophie Line's channel and have a look at that video on the T28 T95, because it's very educational. In fact, she got a lot of information in there which I think only the boffins have had up until now, and it is useful picking up some of that stuff, same sort of stuff that the Chieftain does normally. And I think actually she's been picking up a lot of stuff from the Chieftain on reviewing American armor and giving us information on how they actually work, which a lot of us do want to know. We do want to know this sort of stuff. And because Sophie's got access to Fort Benning, and well, Chieftain has as well, but of course Sophie can go around and she can speak to the experts there, and she gets some really good information which is useful to know. So do stop by her channel or give her a subscription so that you can actually pick up this information yourself, and then you actually know more about the actual tanks that you're playing. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.